Hello and welcome back. So before we go any further, we need a cancel button here. So let's add that real quick. So the cancel button should take us back to this location right here. So if you look at the link, it's similar to add lecturer, only that its tab is equal to lecturers. So what we're going to do is go to, let me close these other files. What we will do is go to tab, classes view. No, single class view. There we go. Okay, so the link for lecturers is right here. So I'm just going to copy, this is the first link here, and copy it. And then I will go to add lecturer. So where we have buttons here, I will just duplicate this button, but I'll remove the break tag on the second one here. And float start. In fact, I should just remove the float. Maybe let's do this. And then remove the float on the first one. So this is the search, this one is the cancel. Now to avoid this making a submit, we're going to add a type and say button. And then let's add a link and paste our link in there. And what else here? Let's remove that a tag here and put it up there, like so. Move that inward like that. So we have two buttons, and instead of primary, this one will be maybe danger. Okay, so back, refresh, click, and then we go. So if I click cancel, I'm back here. Add lecturer, I'm here. Search, there we go. And we should be able to add. Now, maybe instead of returning those results, wait a second. Yeah, maybe we can have a table here instead. I've changed my mind about making it look like this. This may complicate things because we may need to add a button here for add. I'm not really sure if this should be better, but there's profile there. Maybe we can say add. Maybe that could work as well. Let's see how we can make that happen. Anyway, so back here, let's go to classes, back here. So add lecturer, and in order for us to be able to add lecturers and stuff, we need new tables. So let's add a few new tables here. Now the tables we're going to need are class lecturers. This is the table that will save all the lecturers for a particular class. And then we're going to need class students. This will also save which students belong to which class. And then finally we will need class tests. So for any item that you want to associate to this particular class, you will need a table for that particular item. So for the lecturers, for us to be able to know that the lecturer belongs to this class, we'll need to know a few things. For example, the user ID of the lecturer, okay? And also we need to know the class ID. This way we know that this user belongs to this class. We may need to know the date this addition happened. And we will need one more column called disabled. That way we can disable a user very quickly or add them back if we want to, without having to delete the record. We can just say this user is disabled from this class, and then we can enable them again if we want. That way we reduce the size of the table instead of deleting and adding, deleting and adding, and so forth. Okay, so once we have this, let's see here, user ID, class ID, date, and disable. This is pretty much all we need for that particular table. Same thing here, class students. Here we're going to need the student ID, which is the user ID, the class ID, the date when they were added, and disable button. Here we have class tests. Now there's user ID, there's class ID, there's date. Now these tests, we will need an ID of their own, but I think we can use the primary key for tests because it's not so critical. So I think this should suffice unless otherwise. Okay, so same thing here. It's always good to organize things like this so that because it's very easy to name these weirdly. Maybe you may say lecturers, class, and then here you say class, students, and so on. That doesn't show a proper organized system. But like this, at least you know class is always first, like here, and then the item that you're associating with the class. So for example, if I wanted to know what schools or what classes belong to a particular school, if I create a table for that, it's going to be school classes. That's what it's going to be called, because the school is the main thing, and then what it has is classes, so it will be school underscore classes. So just something to think about there. Now let's create the tables real quickly. So I'm going to go to my database here and click new. So on new here, let's create one and say class underscore lecturers, like this. Okay, so here are some columns we can add here, but in the interest of keeping the videos short, let's create all of these three in the next video.